Since you are working at home, it's very important for you to be able to make a still life that has real compositional form to it. In order to do that, I've shown you a number of different still life artists, and it is really a great resource to use one of those artists to model how you're going to make a still life. In this setup that I've made, I have modeled Giorgio Morandi, who was born in 1890, died in 1964. He's Italian, born in Bologna, a painter, printmaker, and drawer, and he worked from very similarly shaped bottles, cups, and vases for his entire working career. The principles that are at work with a Morandi are that he always works with plain and geometric objects. They're clustered together, so they're composed as a total shape. And he's very particular about how one object overlaps another, so that it might be right between two objects, it might be overlapping, but he's making shapes within shapes. Also, he's almost always working at eye level. The next artist that I've chosen to model a still life of is Audrey Flack. She was born in 1931. She's still living. She's an internationally recognized painter and a sculptor. She's a pioneer of photorealism and feminism. The painting that I modeled this still life on, it's called Marilyn from 1976 to 78. So you could see that took a long time to paint that painting. She's drawing from the tradition of still life and something called vanitas, which is a sort of painting in which there's an abundance of wonderful things from the world, joy of life like flowers, but there's always something going on like a little hourglass or a watch or a burning candle. You find all of those things in the Audrey Flack painting of Maryland. And it's to remind us that life doesn't go on forever. The painting is a commemoration of Marilyn Monroe, and unlike Morandi, who doesn't seem to use his objects in any symbolic way, Audrey Flack is all about symbolism. The formal elements, meaning not the narrative elements, the symbolic elements, but how things are composed, it's very densely packed. Everything runs off the rectangle of the canvas or the page. And there's a kind of love of a lot of very intricate, detailed images of paintings and books and other things that have printed material to it. Now, I think this is, of course, way too complicated for something for you to draw, but it does provide an element of possibility that you might select a more simplified version of this in which you're using objects that have a symbolic meaning. Perhaps they commemorate someone that you knew, or they just are illustrations of things that you like. So it's another possibility. It's the opposite of Morandi. So those are two artists that you can think about, and there's a lot of people that you might model your still life on that are in between these two aesthetics. In order to choose the proper space around the objects to make a composition similar to the artist you have chosen, make a viewfinder. Your drawing paper is 18 by 24 inches, which is a 3:4 ratio. Make a viewfinder with a window that is 6 by 8 inches. You can look through it at your still life and make decisions about how to compose on your page. This is what the viewfinder will look like. It's just out of a simple piece of paper, and you can see it has a window in it.